Good morning. Now that you have realized you are awake, or soon, what makes you so sure you are awake anyway, and that this is not just the dream itself? Let's go back to the first second you realized or assumed you were human. Let's pretend there was no noise, no light. Let's pretend there was nothing to force you awake. How did you awaken here in a human body? As a matter of fact, let's go back even further. Beyond this manipulative, religious, spiritual, dogmatic, paper concept of the word God, what you are within the human mind, what is behind consciousness itself in your individualized, fractalized lens. What behind consciousness? What that which is conscious? When did you awaken? How did you awaken? And where did you find yourself to be that you would come here? Were you even awake then? What you see in the mirror is a translation of your human brain. Our most advanced technology shows us this, awkwardly enough, when quantum physics proves string theories that solid matter is not actually solid matter the way we come to understand with the physical senses. Psychology, better yet neuroscience, shows us that the colors we perceive with our eyes do not actually exist in reality, but only as a translation from our eyes to our brain of spectrums of light. Yes, the senses of the human body and mind, emotions, energy, delude us into this illusion of a dream world that is not exactly as real as we have come to be taught to assume. When I am challenging my previously assumed and perceived physical limitations, I close my eyes, and this causes a problem for the mind. It changes its pattern of thinking. For now, it cannot rely on sight to judge my technique. to assume the rules of gravity and physics. A shoulder press, for example. When lifting a 50-pound dumbbell with one arm, when my eyes are open, I am well aware and convinced of gravity, of my body's mass, that I must generate force to move an object in my hand, a dumbbell, with my own body's physical strength. But when I close my eyes and I think authentically to the fact that the dumbbell in my physical body, in reality, according to technology and quantum physics, are one unified field of energy. So in essence, beyond the delusion that my eyes tell me I am lifting a dumbbell, the reality suggests that the dumbbell is no different from me as my body is. So once I stop focusing on this dogmatic idea that I am lifting the dumbbell, pointing to that fun quote in The Matrix about there is no spoon, when I start to look at the dumbbell, the spectrum of energy that causes me to assume and believe that it is separate from me and made up of metal, while I am flesh and bone and blood. Once I look beyond this assumption and rule of the delusional dimension and begin to realize that the dumbbell I am holding is no different than any other part of my body that I am moving without even really thinking about it. Like autonomous ultra instinct, motor memory. Because thought is not involved. You just are doing karma. So now, once I realize that this 50-pound dumbbell is no different than my finger or my hand, I don't lift it and break my limitation. It is a part of me that I just move. It moves like you move your finger. And this is not a strenuous activity like when your eyes were open. It is an acknowledgement and a realization that the limitations are not there to stop you. They're there so you can validate for yourself that you are ready to break the wall. Or better yet, finally acknowledge and realize there is no wall beyond the God in your mind tyrannically convincing you that it is more real than your own conscious authenticity before indoctrination convinced you that you are a superficial, surface level image in a mirror. Are you awake, friend? Why are you so sure? Close your eyes when you face your task. And don't rely on what you see. Rely on what you are, and you will break the wall that's not even there.